in.
Welcome back to the channel. I am Jay Fonzarelli, and no, I'm not missing. I am actually still around. No, I'm not quitting YouTube, but I'm just going through a lot of stuff, and I'll get into some of that stuff at the end of this video. But right now, we want to talk about Night City Wire, Episode 4. One of the best episodes, in my opinion. Lots of details here. So let's go ahead and get right into this, folks. So as you could probably tell by now, just looking at the thumbnail and of course the title of this video, Night City Wire Episode 4 was all about the vehicles, and I personally couldn't wait for this one. After all, it is an RPG, you gotta get from point A to point B, and that requires some transportation. And in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, it's all about those vehicles. So on the show, they had senior vehicle artist Paul Delacion to give us some insight on these vehicles within the world of Night City. Now, while Paul did talk about how CDPR did pour a lot of work and effort into each vehicle, a couple of questions were asked, and well, Paul seemed to avoid one of them. And it's a question I really want answered.
Bringing cars then, let's talk about like storing and calling cars, because we know people can steal them. But what if somebody's found a car and they absolutely love this particular one? Is there a way for players to kind of build that collection? And then how do they actually, summon them?
Well, summoning cars works pretty much the same as you would summon Roach in The Witcher 3. Your transportation may or may not show up on a roof somewhere, but we're still working on fixing some bugs here and there. But yeah, if there's a car that you really like very much, if you can't wait to own a Quadra or a Type 66, you'll get a message from your fixer and says, hey, I've got a Quadra for sale for you, you want to buy it? All you have to do is drive over, pay the money, and you've got your very own Quadra. Not to mention that every single vehicle that you buy, every single player vehicle, is absolutely unique in every way. It's got a unique interior, unique exterior, paint job. It'll sound different, but it'll also handle different.
So cool, we've heard that before about summoning your vehicles, and I'm good with that. But when it comes to owning more than one vehicle, I really want to know if there's some sort of storage option here so we can build up a collection of cars, like she said. And, that's an important question that I really want answered. Now, we've heard in the past you can only use one car at one time, and that makes sense, but can we own more than one? That, to me, is the million-dollar question here. They did show us most of the vehicle types that we'll be able to drive when we get our hands on this game, and some of them look really cool, while others not so much.
We started with the visuals, and then we wanted to attach a proper sound to the visuals so that you have a nice feeling or the nice vibe of the complete car.
This episode also focused on how CD Projekt Red had also had a sound team recording many hours of vehicle sounds, everything from an inline 6 to a V10 engine, over 40 vehicles confirmed to be recorded. They just put all kinds of details into this. They even recorded the interior of the cars as a professional driver raced around a track. Now, how cool is that, folks? I mean, they are pouring so much work, just putting so much effort into Cyberpunk 2077. It's just amazing to me. It's an RPG game, and they're putting this much detail into the vehicles that we're going to be able to drive. It's insane.
When CD Projekt Red approached me about doing Cyberpunk 2077, they broached the idea of creating kind of specialized Cyberpunk 2077 version of the Arch motorcycle. And I thought that was a very fine idea.
Yes, folks, that's Keanu Reeves himself, founder of Arch Motorcycles, and Johnny Silverhand, I should add, talking about how CDPR created a special Arch bike just for Cyberpunk 2077. And just like with the cars we covered, motorcycles were also given that heavy dose of attention to detail, both in sound and looks. Speaking of looks, this episode also gave us a glimpse at some clothing options for our characters. Are you the type that likes to dress to impress, or do you just like to wear less? You do you. Seriously though, folks, it seems like there's going to be plenty of options to wear what you want, be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's your game. Cyberpunk 2077 out November 19th, and I can't wait. As you can tell, I'm super excited for this game, and I know I say it with every video, but I can't help it. This game just seems to get better every time I see something new. The amount of detail CDPR are pouring into this game is simply staggering. So if you've only seen my video about episode 4 of Night City Wire today, well, I will have the full episode linked in my description below, so check it out, folks. If you haven't, please check it out. Lots of details there. It won't be that much longer before we get our hands on this game, and again, I can't wait. And speaking of waiting, I know some of you have been waiting for a video from me for a few weeks now. Yeah, it's been that long, and I apologize. However, with my full-time job and now a part-time job on top of that, I've been swamped with work, and what little time I do get to myself, I like to try to spend with the family. So as you can imagine, I have a full plate. And even though these videos are increasingly harder to get done, I will try my best to post when I can. Definitely not quitting YouTube, because I enjoy making videos. I really do. It's just the time. That's all it comes down to, folks. The time. And I appreciate each and every one of you that sits here, watches my videos, and continues to support my channel. Really appreciate it. And for those of you that are new, please consider liking, sharing the video out. It helps a ton. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel. That helps out too. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, try to be the best possible you. Be kind to one another. And of course, as always, my friends, game on.